Drain Gang is an internet music collective which rose to fame in the 2010s. Many popular artists have cited them as inspiration, such as Travis Scott, Charli XCX, and Playboi Carti. The group includes members Blade, Echo 2K, Tyboy Digital, and White Armor. They are also very close collaborators with Young Lean and producers Young Good and Young Sherman. The group comes from Sweden but was very inspired by American rap, which was popular online at the time. Tyboy Digital has said he was very influenced by Waka Flocka Flame and Soulja Boy, and Young Lean has stated his love for the artists Chief Keef and Space Ghost Perp. Fans of the group say they love the uniqueness of the sound the Drain Gang provides, as well as the meaning behind a lot of what they do. Many Drain Gang songs feature a heavily auto-tuned voice over spacey and psychedelic beats. Their lyrics also contain themes of isolation and self-discovery. Today I want to illustrate how a small group of kids from Sweden has so much influence on a lot of the music industry, as well as why their music has stood the test of time. Benjamin Reichwald, also known as Blade, is the first member of Drain Gang I'm going to be talking about. He started releasing music in 2011 under the name Ken Burns, but didn't take the name Blade on until 2012. Some songs from this early period include Car Wash, and My Magic is Strong. In 2014, he released his first project, Glue, produced mostly by fellow Drain Gang member White Armor.
5,000 points, do I look like a
He has many notorious collabs with producers, including a self-titled 2017 collaboration with Working on Dying.
You know my lover, so we can't do competition.
Working on Dying is a collective of producers including the producer Filthy, known for working with Playboi Carti, and Benny X, known for working with Yeat, and he has also produced a Drake song. Filthy and Blade recently released another collaboration a few weeks ago titled Cold Visions. His most well-known album is Ice Dancer, which is a collaboration with the producer collective Rip Squad. Many fans cite Blade's lyrics as having deep philosophical meaning. Some compare him to Albert Camus' work The Myth of Sisyphus, in that both Blade and Sisyphus had overcome seeming futility by accepting the infinite ups and downs of life. Artists like Summers and Juice WRLD have cited Blade as a big inspiration to their music, because of both his lyricism and his experimentation with his sound. Zach Argundade, also known as Echo 2K, grew up moving around a lot, living with his dad in London whenever he wasn't staying with his mom in Stockholm. Him and Blade knew each other from an early age, starting a metal band named Cross-Eyed when they were 13, which sparked their love for music. After Cross-Eyed, they started making music under the name Echo 2K. Their first songs under Echo 2K would be Play 'Em Like Atari,
Oh, baby girl, I'm sorry. All my niggas smoking on Molly, rocking Bravo, Bravo, Charlie when we pulled up at the park.
Bleach, and Hold Me Down Like Gravity. In 2019, they released their debut studio album, E. Echo 2K's music is about finding yourself in an unaccepting world. He grew up as a gay black man in Sweden, where everyone around him was white. He often felt discriminated against, and says many people in Sweden had assumed he was a criminal solely based on his skin color. In his song Blue Eyes, he says, "All my friends got blue eyes," referring to how everyone in Sweden has white skin and blue eyes, and he feels left out. Artists like Skywater and Billie Eilish have said they were very inspired by Echo 2K's self-expression as well as his singing ability. Thanapat Bunlang, also known as Tyboy Digital, was born in Khon Kaen, Thailand, and moved to Sweden at the age of 8. Through mutual friends, they met Blade and Echo 2K, and eventually started making music alongside them. The first song they would release would be called Tiger, before eventually releasing a mixtape later that year under the same name. He would later release a collab tape with Blade named AVP.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
After this, he would release his debut album, Legendary Member, largely produced by fellow Drain Gang member Young Good.
Mixing up on player going crazy. It's GTB shit from man and baby.
In 2022, he would release his second studio album, Back to Life. Tyboy Digital's lyrics are largely flex heavy. Most songs are just focused on his jewelry, his cars, or his money. However, his production is always very interesting. There's a clear evolution from the beats he hopped on in the beginning of his career compared to what he was doing as he got older. Artists like Don Toliver and Lil Yachty are both very influenced by Tyboy Digital, as they have stated in interviews. Whether it's his showboaty lyrics or his diverse production, his music is very captivating to many listeners. Jonathan Lindor, also known as Young Lean, was born in Stockholm, Sweden. He started making music with his friends Young Good and Young Sherman, and eventually met Blade when he started releasing music. He would release his first songs, Kyoto,
Cruising in my go-kart, I'm Warhol, I'm Wario when I'm in Mario Kart.
and Her in 2013.
Shawty, I'ma do things that you ain't never did.
He would release his first album in 2014, named Unknown Death 2002. After that, he would release the follow-up album, Unknown Memory, in 2015, with one song featuring Travis Scott. In 2017, he released his most emotionally charged album, Stranger.
Ice dropping, red bottom sky, intrigued by the moment, look like she know why.
His biggest song is Ginseng Strip 2002.
Bitches come and go, bruh, but you know I stay. Bitches come and go, bruh, but you know I stay.
This song, released in 2013, got Lean his first recognition and had a resurgence on TikTok in 2022. Lean's music is very honest and transparent. The albums Poison Ivy and Stranger were made at a very difficult point in Lean's life, as he was dealing with the loss of his friend as well as having moved from Miami, from Sweden. After this period, him as well as the rest of Drain Gang had taken a break from music for a while because their lives had become too strenuous. Travis Scott and Charlie XCX have stated that they were very inspired by Young Lean's honesty as well as his pioneering of a new sound. Drain Gang is a very influential collective to music as a whole. However, many people say that Drain Gang is very hard to get into. And if you are interested in listening to their music based on this video, then I would recommend for each individual member. For Blade, I would recommend listening to Ice Dancer. For Echo 2K, I would recommend the album E. And for Young Lean, I would recommend the album Stranger. I would recommend starting with Echo 2K because I feel like he has the most conventional talent out of anybody in the group. And then maybe go to Young Lean and then Blade. Blade's very experimental. And Tyboy Digital, I don't know, I don't think you would like him if you're not used to the sound. They also recently released this song TLDR, which is very good. I'd recommend that. And in conclusion, I would say that Drain Gang is a very important collective in terms of music history, at least in this modern internet age. And I think they're definitely worth noting if you want to talk about where certain musical motifs that you hear a lot nowadays came from. They're not for everyone, but I do believe that they definitely have value in terms of musicality.